Hello viewers, we're here to talk to you about an issue that many people fail to understand or even recognize. That is the fact that poverty is not a surface level issue. Oftentimes, Westerners believe that if they contribute time and energy to a short-term volunteering effort abroad, they will be able to make radical, lasting changes in the community in which they help. The truth is that this is not the case. Poverty is deeply rooted in culture and underlying societal structures, often which have existed for decades, if not for centuries. These systemic problems require more than just simple solutions. Issues range from gender roles to distribution, all of which are complicated by Western misconceptions about how to go about fixing these issues. In Christoph and Wu Dun's A Path Appears, the supposedly simple act of providing a stove to a poor community did more harm than good. Here's what happened. An international group came to India with the idea of installing clean cookstoves in an impoverished family's home. The old cookstoves created excess smoke and dust, clogging up chimneys and making the kitchen unclean. The women who used the cookstoves in the first place would then spend extra time cleaning up this mess. Although in theory these new cookstoves seemed like a good idea, they actually complicated these women's routine and disrupted their household setups. These highly modernized cookstoves were out of place in a developing nation. In fact, they didn't fit into the houses right, and the technology was far more complex than these women were used to. They were given inadequate training on how to use them and given no instructions on what to do if they broke. Once the stoves were installed, the international group left, proud of themselves for the change they had made in this community in such a short amount of time. But the truth is, this change was not positive. This is a prime example of the harm that can be caused by those who do not understand the pre-existing systemic practices in a foreign country. Without understanding the culture, how are we supposed to understand how to fix the problem? The Tom's Shoes Corporation proudly states their initiative. With every product you purchase, Tom's will help a person in need, one for one. The overarching concept being that by purchasing fashionable, comfortable footwear, you too can change the world. Great, right? Wrong. While in theory this is a great idea, purchasing shoes you would buy regardless and without any further action giving a pair of quality footwear to someone who cannot afford them, the Tom's initiative fails to recognize the implications that their efforts have in reality. To quote the Huffington Post article, Tom's Shoes Controversy, a call to move from discussion to action. Echoing many of the concerned sentiments that came to surface in Coney 2012 debates, Tom's haters point out that Tom's marketing pitch dehumanizes poor people and sets priorities for them, rather than letting them set their own. Plus, they explain giving away shoes for free distorts local shoe markets, thereby eliminating local profits, creating more poverty, and thus creating more need for handouts. As a matter of fact, the distribution of Tom's shoes has been banned in a variety of impoverished countries who face the negative repercussions of this distribution firsthand. Although Tom's did make the effort to reverse some of the negative economic impacts they had unintendedly caused by setting up Tom's factories in various impoverished countries. Their hope was to create more jobs for those within these communities in need. However, this is not a purely altruistic effort. Tom's is still profiting off its factories abroad, and thus proving their purest intentions are ones of self-interest. Proudly stating on their website that they have created 700 plus jobs, they fail to acknowledge the thousands of jobs they have destroyed in the process. This relates back to the concept of temporary fixes to systemic issues. Tom's has been criticized time and time again for acting as a band-aid for much larger, multifaceted societal issues. While a pair of shoes may benefit the individual, implications serve as a greater detriment to the community and the economy, playing into the systemic issues poverty has notoriously created.